Okay, so my name is James Williams Jr. and this is Kung Fu Habit number 2, and this is a very serious video. So women, children, men, little girls, everybody 18 and below, sit your asses down because here we go. So if you guys have been watching my channel for the 3 to 5 years that it's been on, my second channel, we need to get serious now. In the enlightenment of the violence that's been going on in my city for like the last year and some change, it really didn't hit the fan until August 12th with Miss Heather Heyer passing away due to some idiot radical or some idiot kid that was radicalized to drive his car through a pile of people who were anti-protesting against some racial shit. Alright, first off, being a person who is mixed, I don't have the right to be a racist. But that does not make me any less human. I feel bad. I have feelings when people say or do bad things too. And sometimes we express ourselves very differently, and instead of doing what's right, sometimes we do what we think is right instead of what's actually right. Which doesn't always work, but it does happen. Sorry, my PlayStation just cut off. I'll cut that back on in a minute. This is a little bit more tangibly and important. As a person who was bullied in school, it was due to the fact that I didn't fight back. I didn't fight back, as I said in other videos, because I was afraid of my mom. Now, way back when all that shit started, it has nothing to do with August 12th. But I'm bringing it in because of the fact that school bullying led to Columbine. Other insecurities of mankind led to things like Blacksburg and other shootings and Sandy Hook and things like that. And you're all thinking, well, damn, James, you don't live anywhere near those places. No, but Cosby the Carrier. So why did I say that? It wasn't just a quote from Cole the Conqueror, which is a Kevin Sorbo movie where he plays Conan's grandfather. It be the truth. Cosby the Carrier. A lot of people don't understand the ramifications of school bullying. That's why I'm here. I want to talk to you guys about school bullying and school violence. I want to talk to you guys about things that you don't recognize, or you recognize but you don't care because it doesn't affect you directly. In other words, if you're watching someone being bullied and you're not saying something, you're just as bad as the bully because you're not saying nothing. Now, let me be a hypocrite for a second. Sometimes people don't say anything out of fear that they will be next. And a lot of people don't understand that. If you've never been school bullied, but you've watched people do school bully, it doesn't necessarily make you a bad person that you didn't speak up. But if you are afraid to speak up, then say that. I am afraid to speak up against someone else being bullied because I don't want to be bullied by those people. There's nothing wrong with that. No one wants to be bullied, period. However, sometimes bullying does happen. Sometimes shit happens, and I have a whole lot of hair grease on my forehead, which no one decided to tell me about. Okay, so let's go back to two incidences at Blacksburg at Virginia Tech. One incident, a young lady got her head cut off at a food court. This young lady happened to be Asian. I cannot pronounce or remember her name, and for that I apologize to her and her family. The second incident at Blacksburg, because I really don't know which one came first, so we're just going to go with that. The second incident, Sun Hee Cho something or another. This guy was another little Asian fella who apparently had weapons and decided that he wanted to take out 16 people on April the 16th. I remember that date because it's my sibling's birthday. Two of them have been born on the same day. And this incident happened. It's kind of like you remember where you were at 911, and I was either at home or going to work when I learned about this, because when I got to work, all of my friends at work, there were only 2 Asian people at work at Browns, and technically Native Americans are Asian, and I'm the only other Asian-looking person that worked at Browns on the mechanical floor. I was a detailer. We had a mechanic. He was completely Chinese. He read Chinese newspapers and all that other stuff, and he pretty much stuck to himself. He was also the only other person in that damn facility that I would have opposed to be a threat. Now, in other words, he was probably the only other person there next to the Marine that could probably beat my ass. Now, so we're reading all this stuff, and he's exceptionally quiet because he's Chinese, and the guy in the event that happened is Korean. And the only thing he said was, yeah, sometimes Koreans literally do stuff that's beyond Chinese understanding. And I didn't understand any of that either. And I was like, well, then we found out it was more or less about a girl and a breakup. And that wasn't cool. Now, I got to end this video because some asshole's running down there. But I will say this. School bullying, it's very important to not bully people. It is very important to speak up, even if you are afraid. But this is how we had the St. Valentine Massacre last month in Florida. This is how we have Columbine. This is how we have all these school shootings because no one is doing anything. And a lot of the faculty members are just as scared of the students as the students that are scared of the bullies. Try to keep that in mind before you go interrogating people who have been bullied or who are going to do bullying. And for those who are the parents of those bullies, be hyper vigilant about what's going on in your child's life. Bullying leads to a lot of things. It leads to suicide. It leads to Columbine. It leads to school shootings. It leads to everything under the sun. As a person who was once school bullied, I'm not proud of it. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm kind of ashamed of it, but I'm not as ashamed of it as I was at the time of it happening. I was ashamed because I know how to fight, and I should have fought. But I wanted to graduate so bad, and I just wanted to get through because I knew once I graduated, I'd never have to see these motherfuckers again. Some people are strong enough to do that. Some of us are not. I only got through it out of fear of getting my ass beat by my mom. So that kind of stopped me from doing dumb shit. It didn't stop me from taking the nunchucks to school. It didn't stop me from doing what I needed to do. But every time I met a bully, they never wanted to fight me unless we were in school. Because school brings false courage. But school is also the battlefield for children. And a lot of parents don't understand because a lot of parents don't remember. And a lot of parents probably weren't bullied as kids. But most kids remember. Most kids suffer. And most kids retaliate. So you should probably keep an eye on the kids that are being bullied. And those kids generally that are being bullied are generally the smarter kids than the kids that are actually doing the bullying. But most kids that are doing the bullying don't have a good home structure. Either they come from a single parent home, which I also would say is bullshit because I came from a single parent home and I didn't really ever bully people in my life. Can't really say that, but I have spoken up. I have tried to be in the in crowd, which makes me just as bad as the bullies that were in the in crowd. We have to learn how to get along. We have to learn how to work together. We have to learn how to survive in this world. I will make a racist video after this. I'm James Williams, Kung Fu Habit number 2. Be seeing you.